Hey, Margie with the Asking Spot, and once again, weather not permitting, so I've come up with a few more indoor projects, and primarily it's because I've got this. Now, if you watch my video on the unboxing with Grove, I'll do one of these, and it's be in the description. It talks about the Grove products, but then it also has a tip in there on how I use actually just vinegar as my fabric softener, and absolutely love it because it was getting a little too clingy on the fabric. What? So, I have no use for this, but because we like to shop in bulk, you know, less packaging through Costco. Yeah. So, what to do with it? Well, I looked up some other YouTubers and I found a lovely Miss Jessie Christine. She does Keep Calm and Clean, which I think is a really cool channel because, well, I may not find calm in cleaning, but I do find calm in watching someone else. Oh, that makes me sound evil. But what I mean is, I like seeing the results of things being cleaned. So that's what I keep in my head when I clean. I'm digressing here. Anyway, she had 9 hacks, and I will put a link down below or do one of these things so that you can check her out. But one of my favorite though was just making a spray for a room freshener. Now, what I'm using for my container is plastic because let's face it, if you throw plastic away, it lasts for thousands and thousands of years, so why should we throw it away? Let's reuse it. This was a cleaning product. I don't even remember the label anymore. But they were cool. They were just wrapped on, so I just sliced it off, and now I have this wonderful, nice little bottle that I can stick a sticker on it that says fabric softener. What you do is simple enough. It is 3 parts water to 1 part fabric softener, and that's pretty much it. And I'm going to go ahead and add the fabric softener first, so hopefully when I pour in the water, A, I don't overflow it, and B, it'll mix as it goes. Now, one thing to keep in mind with fabric softener is it's got a cling factor to it, which is why I don't like using it in my laundry anymore. That also means it's probably not something that you want to, on a regular basis, dump down the drain. Now, that doesn't mean I'm not, I'm going to freak out and not be able to use it right now, rinsing things out in the pipes. I'm just saying, don't do it on a regular basis. At any rate, you give this a shake, and voila, you've got a lovely fabric sprayer. That's a chair we sit with our dog all the time, so yeah, you could use this.
Good dog.
If you wanted to put it in a slightly more appealing container than this, how about one of these? This was actually a gift my kids and I got my husband one Father's Day, because if you've watched any of my outdoor videos, you know there are plants everywhere, and it's not me. Yeah, I'm the plant killer. But we thought this would be cool. It's a little mister that he can use for his plants, and of course he just has way too many plants. He's like, no, that's not cutting it. I spend more time filling than I do spraying. So I was like, wait a minute, I've got enough cycle for this. So I've got it full of water right now, and I'm gonna add some fabric softener. And I think the mess is okay, because I think I have a little more. But see, now I have a pretty, smells wonderful, looks super cute mister for fabric. Love it. And now for my next project. Project number 2, I'm making a liquid body wash, and I have Honeysuckle to thank for that. Honeysuckle is another YouTuber. I'll put a link to her below. She is primarily a foodie, but she branched out and did this soap because she's really, she's also wants to be chemical free. So it was really cool, and I liked it a lot, so that's why I'm doing it, and I'm tweaking it just a bit because I also want to use this to make gifts. We'll get to that in a sec. But here's the basic recipe. This is what you're going to need. Don't worry, I have links to it below as well. But you're going to use a 1/3 cup of the honey, and it does have to be a particular type of honey. It has to be the raw honey. And then likewise, the unfiltered, it's also with the coconut oil. Going to use a 1/3 cup of that melted. Of course, if you're in the South, that goes without saying. And then you're going to use 15 to 20 drops of your favorite scent. I picked lavender, but I do plan, like I said, to make this as a gift, so I have other scents as well, just not in this version. Then the last thing you need is Castile Soap. Now, this is the one I'm using. It's 3/4 cup that you're going to use. You can buy this already scented. So if you're like myself and you were just going to make it for your home and you have a scent you love, whether it's the peppermint or they've got a citrus and my favorite lavender, you could do just that and you wouldn't need this scent. But because I plan on making this for gifts, that is why I also need room to add different scents. So, speaking of which, let's talk about containers.
A lot of containers, big day for containers.
Once you've stirred this up to where the spoon moves freely and it's not getting any of the coconut gooing around, then you know it's time to put it in a lovely container. This is where my gift idea might come in handy. Now, sure, you could go out and say, buy a container, and I'll have a link to that below. Or you could mix match, which would be to go ahead and use your old spaghetti jars. Ooh, by the way, check this out. If you want to get the label out, this was what I used. My earlier project using the fabric softener, everything I used, I clogged up the sink in the kitchen and I just rinsed all the things that had a little bit of fabric softener on it in the water and let it soak in there. This labels, ooh, they came off super easy. So there's a little extra tip. But these guys, spaghetti jars you already have on hand, all you have to do is you buy some of these lids with the, classic jar opening. And then you also buy some of these pumps. And I think together, I mean, granted I got them on sale and stuff, but like $5 to $10 maybe. I'll have links to that below as well. But then you make this into just a pump jar and you can put a cute little rustic label on it, something that fits you. Or you can do for your containers, you can scrounge around your house and see what you have. Remember the unboxing video I talked about with Grove? In that we also talked about how we bought these just because were pretty. Saved them. And then I also had these because we were always like, oh, we're going to refilm, and then you forget. So I found some plastic soap dispensers. Can use those. But my personal favorite is estate sales and going to my thrift shops. You would be amazed at how many soap dispensers you can find there, even some that you love.
Get a room!
Yes, I love Snoopy, totally and forever. So yeah, this is a favorite. But there are other really pretty containers that you could find at a thrift shop that would make a lovely gift. So there you go. Now, you're going to mix it in and then put it in your containers. And, well, why not? As long as Snoopy's my favorite. Here it goes. Okay, can't promise the spray out right. Ah, there it is. Lovely. Ta-da. Okay, I gotta go rinse. All right, so here is the final result. If you see it in a clear bottle. Now I could have added some food grade dye to it, perhaps a little red and blue so you'd know it was a lavender scent. Ooh, speaking of the scent, it's come to my information from the fam that it's not quite scented enough. It still has a real strong coconut, so they recommended I double the amount of scent that I put in it. And yes, I'm showing you the one that's in the plastic bottle because this is the one that's going to go in my kids' bathroom.
But I'm not a kid anymore.
I know. They're of legal adult age, but they'll always be my kids. Anyway, so plastic in their bathroom seems a bit safer. Hey, please subscribe if you haven't already. Next week's video, working on some more indoor projects. This one is personalized gifts again. Yeah, I did one before, but this one, oh my goodness, it is becoming my new obsession. So check it out next week, and thanks for watching The Asking Spot. Bloopers are next. Another thing to do with it though, if you wanted to make it a little more fancy to put out in the house, because you know how I am, that didn't make any sense. am switching my next product. What? It's a little bit too much on the fabric and started weighing it down. Nature calls. I can't think of my mind what I want to say. Second project, this one I have this is going to be a long blooper reel at the end.